Are you prepared to survive without your modern comforts? Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe, like and share this video so you never miss out on survival secrets that could save your life. In today's world, we rely on high-tech gear to keep us comfortable in the wild. But during the Cold War, survival meant resilience, not comfort. Soldiers braved the cold with wool, canvas and leather, materials chosen for reliability, not luxury. Their gear was heavy and simple, designed to work in the harshest conditions day after day. A failed seam wasn't just annoying, it could be deadly. Soldiers learned to manage, maintain and adapt their equipment, becoming active participants in their own survival. Fieldcraft was essential. Understanding the land, using the snow and wind to their advantage. This approach built a deep connection with nature and taught that survival is a skill, not a product. The lessons from those frozen frontiers still offer powerful insights for anyone seeking true endurance. Mid-century armies were offered new synthetic materials, but most were rejected for extreme cold. Early plastics shattered in the cold and zips froze solid, trapping or exposing soldiers at the worst moments. Military life was brutal on gear. Ultralight fabrics tore quickly under real use. Only the toughest, most repairable materials were trusted. Soldiers needed equipment that could be fixed in the field, not delicate tech that failed suddenly. Waxed canvas, wool and leather weren't chosen out of ignorance, but for their proven reliability. These materials failed slowly, giving time for repair. A torn canvas could be patched, wet wool still insulated. This philosophy of predictable, fixable failure was the backbone of Cold War survival. Armies valued what could be trusted, not what was merely new. The Cold War soldier's bedroll was a fortress of wool and canvas. Dense wool blankets formed the core, chosen for their warmth, even when damp. Wool's air-trapping fibres insulated against the cold, while its simple, robust weave resisted wear. Typically, one blanket was laid beneath, one above, and sometimes a third for extra protection. The outer canvas cover, often waxed, shielded the wool from moisture and wind. Its design was simple, a tough sack closed with ties or straps, not zips. This system was heavy, but nearly indestructible, able to withstand rough handling and harsh weather. Wool managed heat and moisture. Canvas blocked wind and water. Together they created a reliable, adaptable shelter. Soldiers could drag, toss, or sit on their bedrolls without worry. This simple combination was the foundation of nightly survival. Gear alone wasn't enough. Survival depended on skill. Soldiers prepared sleeping sites by digging shallow trenches, lowering themselves out of the wind. Snow was piled as a windbreak, and a thick bed of spruce boughs or leaves insulated from the ground. The first wool blanket went down, then the soldier, then another blanket, and the canvas cover. Moisture management was crucial. Soldiers slept in a dry base layer, letting body heat push moisture outward. The canvas collected frost, keeping the wool dry. Each morning, bedrolls were aired out and blankets shaken to remove ice. Sunlight dried them further if possible. This daily ritual kept gear effective and dry. Maintenance wasn't optional, it was survival. Sleeping became a deliberate, life-sustaining process. Durability and repairability were at the heart of Cold War gear. Bedrolls doubled as cushions, seats and protective wraps, abused daily without failing. Canvas covers shrugged off embers and tears. Repairs were simple, with a needle and thread. Soldiers were taught to fix their own gear, ensuring their lifeline was always functional. Wool blankets, unlike modern sleeping bags, didn't develop cold spots and kept working even after years of use. They wore out slowly, never failing suddenly. Leather straps and metal buckles were oversized for use with gloves and numb fingers. No fragile plastic parts to snap in the cold. Every component was overbuilt for strength and simplicity. This created trust. A soldier could rely on their shelter no matter what. In the dead of winter, that trust was more valuable than comfort. The philosophy, better to carry a little extra weight than risk catastrophic failure. Cold War lessons are gold for today's adventurers. Use a modular sleep system, a tough outer shell and wool or fleece blankets for flexible insulation. Don't rely solely on inflatable pads. Learn to build a natural bed of leaves or pine needles for ground insulation. Always manage moisture. Sleep in a dry base layer, let your insulation breathe, and air out your gear every morning. Never pack away damp gear if you can help it. Choose equipment you can repair in the field. Ask yourself how it might fail, and if you can fix it. Carry a sturdy repair kit, needle, thread, and patches. Self-reliance is key. Being able to mend your gear is a vital skill. Sometimes heavier and simpler is smarter. The Cold War soldier was a survivor, not just a consumer. In a digital age, Cold War survival wisdom still matters. It's about mastering basics, heat loss, moisture, and using the environment. These skills are timeless, valuable for anyone venturing into the wild. Reenacting these methods connects us to history and builds respect for those who relied on them. This philosophy rejects disposability and constant upgrades, focusing on reliability and skill. The most important gear is your knowledge, not what's in your pack. Mastering these fundamentals brings confidence and freedom outdoors. Simple, durable systems and practical know-how offer true security. The Cold War is over, but its lessons for survival endure. Cold War survival is a living legacy of ingenuity and resilience. These methods were tested daily and kept people alive. Exploring surplus gear is a hands-on way to learn these skills. Take a wool blanket or canvas tarp into the field, practice, experiment, and share what you learn. Pass on these traditions, teach others, and keep the knowledge alive. In a world of growing tech dependence, preserving practical skills is vital. The simplest solutions often endure the longest. The journey of discovery and self-reliance continues.